Um, um, Nice to have you back here. A quick one here. I just want to share with you guys this amazing price action strategy. Like I always say, price action is the best thing you will ever do to yourself. If you're a forex trader and you've not learned price action, trust me, you won't make it far in the market. So if it depends only on the indicators, it's not actually healthy for you. Okay, so in as much as you're using indicator to try as much to learn how to use price action. So if you don't understand how price action works, just look for a mentor. It could be me, it could be anybody, someone you trust can actually make you understand what you really want to learn. So if you are looking for a mentor, you can join our mentorship program, which we can teach you and mold you into becoming a professional trader. And also on our description page, there is a link to my WhatsApp number. You can chat me up, whatever it is that you want to talk about. Is it for mentorship, or is it that you want to join our VIP group where we drop profitable signals every single day? Or you can also check on the description page. You'll see a link to my free Telegram group where we drop signals as well, and you can see how the VIPs are doing when you're in my free signals group, and we also drop free signals there as well. So guys, if you're new here, I would like you to subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends. Don't be stingy, because I always want everybody to make money. And also don't forget to turn on your notification to be alerted whenever I post a new stuff online like this. So today this is the trade I shared with my VIP. This is a crash 300, and you all know how crash 300 is very volatile. Like if if you're not careful enough, it might blow your account in seconds. This is a very volatile trade, so you have to be an expert. You have to be very sure of what you're doing. These are not indicators, these are price action. So you have to be intellectual enough to read the market properly before you can make a trade on crash 300, because it's very volatile. You can crash your account, blow your account in seconds. So if you're not careful enough, or if you don't understand the market properly, that's why I'm asking you to learn price action, because price action will actually help you a lot. It helps you to trade any pair in the market. Any pair at all. Is it volatility? Is it the jump? Is it boom and crash? Anyone. But if you're depending on indicators probably only works on boom and crash. So guys, let's get back to the video. So as you can see, while opening my chart today, I came to crash 300, and when I came to crash 300, I noticed that we had an uptrend here. So this is the first thing you do. When once you open your chart, you go to a higher time frame. So long you want to trade you want to do a day-to-day trading, you have to always look out for the structure on a higher time frame. So now we came to the daily time frame. Okay, and we noticed that the price was actually an uptrend. As you can see, here, this is an uptrend. Okay, I won't have to be explaining every day. That's why you have to learn. We have to explain it every day, how you get to understand how a price is actually an uptrend or a downtrend. So as you can see from here, you can tell that this is an uptrend. Okay, let me just use my trend line here. This is my trend line. So from what you're seeing here, you can see that this line is actually heading up, which tells you that this price is an uptrend. Okay, now you know that the price is an uptrend. So what did you do? It doesn't mean because a price is actually an uptrend market that you can just rush in and start buying. Because first of all, why do you need to know if a market is a downtrend or an uptrend? That's to help you know the moves you want to make, if you want to sell or if you want to buy. So now that the price is an uptrend market, what are we looking for? We are looking for a buying opportunity. But just because we are looking for a buying opportunity does not mean that we should just get into the market and we start buying. So first of all, we look for a place of interest where we expected the market to probably have a pullback, and from there we might have our buy trade. So now after seeing that it's an uptrend on the higher time frame, what do? We go back to a lower time frame than the 1 hour time frame, but I always make my entry on the 30 minutes time frame. So now, as you can see, coming back on the 30 minutes time frame, as you can see, let me turn the phone like this so you can see the chart properly. Okay, now you can see Going back on the daily time frame, as you can see from our trend line here, that the price is an uptrend market. So now, how is it an uptrend market? Let me explain a little bit for you guys. As you can see, and this is the work of a trend line. This is the work of a trend line. It helps you detect where you're supposed to have maybe a pullback or a reversal. As you can see that the price has been respecting the trend line. It's moving in between this trend line. As you can see, it doesn't go above it or it doesn't go below it. So now as you see from the trend line, it helps you to understand where you might probably have your entry, or you might probably have your take profits. So now you see that the price keep respecting the trend line. When it goes up and when it comes down, respect the trend line. Goes up here, respect the trend line. Goes down here, respect the trend line. So now if you were supposed to meet this trade at any point, okay, you notice that, okay, so far this is an uptrend. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Buying opportunity. So let's assume that you met the price at this point. Okay, now meeting the price at this point, you notice this is the trend line, so the price is expected to respect this trend line. So what you do is you just have to wait for it to respect the trend line, come down to your place of interest, which is this other trend line here. The moment it gets to this other trend line here, you're expecting to look for look for a buy at this place. Okay, so if you met it at this position, you wait for it to come down so you can actually pick up your buy at this point. So now from my own experience, this is where I made the trade. Okay, this is where I made the trade. Most times you have to always know that it might not actually get to the trend line, okay, before it start reversing. That's why we have what we call support and resistance. So it's not just about only trend lines, okay, not just only about trend lines. We also have what we call support and resistance line. So that's because sometimes the price might also respect what we call the resistance zone. And why is this point the resistance zone? You can see that at this point here we have so many reversal at this point here. Okay, you can see that sometimes the market try to break this very point here, but they couldn't, and they'll have a reversal at this point. Same thing happens here. You see it came down here and there was a reversal here before it started pushing up again, and you can see the same thing happening here again. So this point now is a very strong zone, which makes it a resistance zone. So now after the price might have gotten to our trend line here, there was a reversal back to our downtrend line here, which it started buying again. Okay, so at this point now it came to our resistance zone here. So this resistance zone didn't really allow it to get to our trend line here before it started reversing down back again. So there was a pullback at this point here. So now having a pullback at this point here, so now what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for it to now get back to my trend line here, which is my place of interest, because this is where I'm expecting to make my buy trade. Okay, this is why trend line is very important. You have to know how to draw your trend line, a proper trend line, and also how to drop your support and resistance zone, because it helps you a lot. That's why I said that price action is the best strategy you can ever learn and will always work out for you 90-80% of the time. When you talk about indicators works. I'm not saying indicators does not work. Indicators work properly, but price action is the best. Trust me, price action is the best. I do indicators videos also, but I will tell you that price action is the best. So the best thing you want to do to yourself right now is to learn. Find a mentor. I'm here to always teach you. Reach out, let me teach you and show you how these things work, because this thing works probably on every pair. It works on every pair, not just boom and crash. But if you're depending on indicators, you might be only trading boom and crash, and what you'll be getting is just few candlesticks, and you close the trade with just less profit. But if you understand how price action works properly, you can hold a trade for a longer time. As you can see, we are making so much money from this trade. I opened 3 positions, and each positions I made roughly $300 on each position. So that's roughly $900 in this one single trade. So now, like I was saying, so after meeting this price at this position, okay, and there was a reversal here, I noticed that this is a resistance zone, that the price is actually going to drop back to my trend line. And after dropping down to my trend line, I have to look for an opportunity for me to open my trade here and start buying, so I can start milking the market. So now it works exactly as I was thinking. That's why I say you always have to have your place of interest. So if you were expecting the price to actually get down to this level before you start buying, and for instance, the price now came down to the trend line, and what happened? It broke the trend line and continued selling. What do? You just let go of the market. You just let it go. You don't just force it and say, okay, it's an uptrend, let me still be selling, let me still be buying. You might end up losing money. That's why you always have to have a place of interest. Have a place of interest. If it doesn't work on your place of interest, you just let it go, because what you were expecting is not coming out that you were expecting. So now, what do? You let it go. But if it now comes down like the way it does, it came to the trend line and the market started pushing up again. That's when you will like, okay, it's actually working the way I was thinking. Now it's time for me to make that buy. Okay, now as you can see, this is what happened. As you can see, this is what happened. This is what happened. As you can see, after there was a reversal at this resistance zone, you notice that the price actually started falling. Okay, now it's falling, and I'm expecting it to give me another push up at this trend line. So I'm expecting to initiate my trade at this trend line. So after the market got to the trend line, what did I do? I didn't just immediately involved in buying. I had to wait a little bit, okay, because it might actually get to the trend line, and immediately you start buying, the market now broke the trend line, okay, and continue selling. By that time, you might be losing a whole lot of money. So what do? You wait, okay, you wait to see what will happen after this play here. Okay, so now it now got to the trend line, and it respected the trend line just like we expected it to do. So after I respected the trend line, I didn't just involve myself in opening a position and start, but I had to be patient a little bit to see what the next candlestick would tell me. So now as you can see, the next candlestick that came out was a bullish candlestick. I didn't still initiate my trade. I had to wait for the first candlestick to actually finish, coming out. And after the candlestick finished coming out, you can see that it was a strong bullish candlestick that tells you that, okay, this the buy price is actually strong, that you can actually make your buy trade. So after the first candlestick finished coming out, the next one came out and it was still a bullish candlestick. That was when I now initiate my trade. Okay, and the more you have to wait for the price to always get to your place of interest, which is where you have your support zone. As you can see my support line here, apart from the trend line. Apart from the trend line you're seeing here, you can see my support line here. This is the support zone. So now you have to understand how and where to place your support zone. Okay, that will help you to know where you can place your stop loss. So now, and the benefit of this waiting for the price, you can actually start buying at this point though. If it's like this point that you're reversing, you can actually start buying and to get to the trend line and still continue buying again. But the point is, you will be losing a whole lot of money buying from this point. Now, of course, if you buy at this point here, and yeah, this is your support zone, and you're supposed to place your stop loss here. One thing is, you don't have to place a stop loss on exact point where you have your support zone, because a price can actually get to support zone before having a pull up again. So now, if your stop loss was supposed to be on your support zone, the price will actually get to that support zone, kick you out of the market, and what happened? You've lost some money, and the next thing you see the price start pushing up, by then you're out of the market already and you're losing. So now, let's assume that, okay, this action you are trying to take, it didn't actually go away as we planned. So now you now entered the trade at this point, you started buying at this point, and there was a reversal. Now it started coming down, come down here, and it kicked you out of the market. You see that you'll be losing a whole lot of money at this point. From here to here, you're losing a whole lot of money. But if you actually waited for it to get to your support zone, then you now initiate your trade. You see that your stop loss won't actually be far from your entry. So even if the trade doesn't go your way, so you have to lose just a little more money than you losing all the way up from here to here. From here to here, remember, this is crash 300 and it's very volatile. So from here to here, depending on your loss size, you might be losing up to $200 from here to here. But if you actually waited for it to get to support zone, which you know you might actually have a reversal, that will push the price back up, and you now initiate your trade just like I did. And probably, because sometimes the market do change direction, it can happen like this, and the next thing is start selling again. So now you notice that from here to here you won't have to lose so much. Probably I might be losing maybe some $20 to $30 depending on your loss size. So now it's very important for you to always wait for the price to get to your support zone before you start initiating your trade. So now you can see the price got to our support zone, but I didn't just initiate the trade immediately because it might get to the support zone, which we still have our trend line here. You notice that the thing will still break it and continue selling. So at that point, it's not right for you to, actually start buying. So wait for it to get to support zone. See what happens on the next candlestick. Let the next candlestick comes out, depending on your time frame. This is a 30-minute time frame. Our 30-minute candlestick closed, another one came out, and it was a bullish candlestick. I didn't still initiate any trade. I waited for it to close, and after it closed, another one came out, and it was still a bullish candlestick. That was when I was like, all right, it's time for me to initiate my trade. And now I opened my position. I started buying. As you can see, I dropped my stop loss here, which is not too far from my entry, and the stop loss must not be exactly on your support zone. Okay, make it a little bit below your support zone, because the price might actually return back to your support zone before it start going up again. So if your stop loss is on your support zone, the price might actually get to your support zone, break the support zone, kick it out of the market. So it's always advisable to drop your stop loss below your support zone. Okay, so this is my stop loss. This is where we kept our stop loss, and this is where we got our entry. So I now tell my VIP members to buy crash 300, and which they did. As you can see, after we initiated our trade, the trade now went up to this level. Okay, though I told them to close at this point here because this was a strong resistance zone. This was our TP. I told them to close at this point, but as you can see, this is where the price took us, and it's still going to buy. Even if it's still selling, it will now get to this trend line and continue buying for a long time. So this is why price action works properly. Price action is the best strategy you can always learn. So find a way to learn price action today. If you don't know about price action, just go for a mentorship class. Concentrate on this. There are so many things you need to know about Forex except indicators. Indicators will only just help you pick few candlesticks, and that's how you'll be trading. And you will only be focused on boom and crash. You won't know how to trade any other pair, or you don't know how to trade the daily day-to-day trading. All you just do is scalping and catching spike, which doesn't work all the time. You might end up, because I hear people complaining that the indicators strategy they've been using has not been working. They've been losing money. That is why you need to learn price action. Price action will only fail you few times, but it works 90% of the time. Learn price action. I keep singing about this. Learn price action today. You can chat me up and I can actually teach you how this thing works. As you can see, my VIP are smiling to the bank, and they are making a whole lot of money for themselves. So guys, don't hesitate to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed before, share the video with your friends, and also don't forget to turn on your notification to always get amazing stuff like this whenever I post it online. So guys, this is how our trade went. As you can see, we made so much money. So guys, thanks for watching the video. See you some other time. Bye.